Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and today we are going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Super Episode 111. And let me tell you, this is absolutely a hit episode. And my god, hits over all of the brand new characters that we have been introduced to since the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Hit is definitely one of my favorites. And it's funny because he's against another one of my favorites. I was afraid that Jiren was going to be a big letdown, that he easily, in that one episode, well technically 2 episodes last week, Jiren became my absolutely favorite new character in Dragon Ball Super. Of course, I still love Whis, but, you know, hit against Jiren, this is going to be an amazing fight. From the beginning, before the tournament even began, in my prediction video, I said, because I thought at the time I didn't know too much about Jiren, I knew that he was stronger than Topo, but I figured that Hit versus Topo was going to be the best fight of the tournament, in my opinion. I really want to see a fight against Topo versus Hit, because we know Topo is very, very strong, and I thought it would be a great matchup. I thought it would give Hit a real chance to show what he can do. I was wrong. Hit versus Topo was not a good idea. Hit versus Jiren, now that is the way to go. Definitely the way to go. This was a absolutely fantastic episode, and I just loved seeing what Hit can do in this episode. I was very surprised how powerful Hit was. He was actually giving Jiren a little run for his money. With that said though, there is no way in any universe, there's no way in a million years that Jiren could have been defeated by Hit. I was not worried by that at all. I wasn't. That wasn't even a thought. The thought that Hit could defeat Jiren didn't even cross my mind. And you know what? That did not happen. So, you know, but nonetheless, Hit definitely tried his absolute hardest and gave it all he got, and my god, that's what I wanted to see from Hit, from this, you know, from the show, from this series. That's what I wanted to see from Hit, and I got it. This is slowly becoming one of my favorite episodes, just like the Master Roshi episode. I don't know, I'm going to have to rethink about my top 3, probably my top 10 favorite Dragon Ball Super episodes, because my god, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of good ones, and most of them are in this Tournament of Power. This Tournament of Power, I swear, not all the time, but definitely in the past, I would say 5 episodes, it has the absolute best storytelling that has ever been in Dragon Ball's history. And this episode was literally nothing less but a fantastic story to watch play out. So let's start, and let's just get this out of the way real quick. It was quite predictable. I even predicted it before I found out that so many people predicted it. It was obvious, though it was really cool. Again, fantastic storytelling. Obvious, yes, but fantastic storytelling. You see, Freeza had this amazing, terrifying, most scary look I've seen on his face ever, shooting a blast at Goku. Now, I never said it in my review for last week's episode, but I figured it was all too obvious that he wasn't going to kill Goku. He gave Goku power to repay a debt that has been long overdue. You see, Goku gave him power to get off Namek, he just used it the wrong way, and now he gave power to Goku to heal him. That's right. You know, it's true. When it comes to Frieza, I was worried that the only reason why they brought Frieza out was because of that episode where he knocks out Frost. I didn't want him just to be there to knock out Frost, and that is all we're going to get from him. I definitely want him to play a bigger role in the show, and it seems like Frieza is definitely now that he gave Goku energy, is playing a very large role in the show. Maybe not as large as we think, but it is very crucial that he gave that energy to Goku. I highly believe that. So he is playing a fantastic role in the show, and now I'm happy that he's there. I wasn't happy before. I am very much happy that he's there now. Okay, let's move on to the actual entertainment of this episode. Hit versus Jiren. So what happens is Hit tries to time skip, and he's even able to make like an after image effect to trick Jiren. Unfortunately, it does seem like it works, but at the same time, just by seeing it twice, Jiren is able to adapt to Hit's movements so well that he can even predict where Hit is going to be next. So all Hit can do is use the time skip to block Jiren's attacks, and he does this constantly. And eventually, Jiren does get a couple really good hits on Hit. In fact, Hit is like, dang, Goku, these are the punches you took? These punches are heavy, man. They're really knocking the wind out of Hit. So we're definitely still hyping up Jiren's power. And Hit, even with all of his strength, is not able to take that power down, which is fantastic, but he's definitely giving it all he's got, and he's in this for the long run as far as he can. It's just beautiful to watch. And I'm kidding. Left, right. Jiren is punching Hit, and Hit is just can't even get a punch on the guy. Finally, Hit decides, you know what, I am going to punch Jiren. His body because it's been punched so much, his body can somewhat adjust to Jiren's movements. So Hit actually punches Jiren with that weird space punch that he punched Goku with, and that punch killed Goku. It killed Goku quite a few episodes ago, actually. But it killed Goku. And this guy literally took it not only to the chest, but straight to the heart. And all it does is it blasts Jiren away. It almost blasts him out of the ring. Almost. Not strong enough to knock him out, though. Not strong enough to make him go over the edge. But that was an absolute fantastic shot. Not even Goku, I believe, got as good of a shot as Hit did in this episode. And then we find out that, well, we pretty much get a lineup for the next couple of battles. So, first off, we already know from the very beginning that Vegeta was going to fight Ribrianne, and that is slowly coming to fruition. He's going to be fighting Ribrianne, and Ribrianne actually has a couple moments in this episode. She's feeling down about her odds, and her friend actually slaps her and tries to pick her up, tries to tell her that she can do this. It's a very nice moment, but I just hate Ribrianne so much that I just hate her. I want her out of the tournament. In fact, the only thing that I'm looking forward to when it comes to the fight of Vegeta versus Ribrianne is I want to see what Vegeta can do and I can't wait for Ribrianne to be knocked out of the tournament. There's no way. There is no possible way. Okay, there is a possible way that Ribrianne could knock out Vegeta. I don't see it happening. I'm really hoping that Vegeta knocks out Ribrianne, personally. But then, we also get this shot. So, Goku has been watching the fight between Hit and Jiren, wondering if he can tap into that power that he did before, if he'll be able to defeat Jiren, when the two Namakins from Universe 6, this is the first time we've ever seen them, are about to kick Goku's butt when our boys come around. Gohan and Piccolo show up ready to battle against the Namakins, and this is awesome. And real quick, I just want to talk about the color pattern here. You know, being that the Namakins from Universe 7 are actually a race of really good guys. They have nice light green skin. Look, the only reason why Piccolo was evil in the first place was because of the evilness on Earth. That's certainly not his fault. And he was actually created because of the evil that got into Kame's hearts, not the other way around. But anyway, what I just really like is these guys, these Namekians from Universe 6, the color they have is like a bluish, darkish, grayish green. And, of course, Piccolo is like a lime, nice, bright green compared to them. So, it almost seems like we actually have good guy versus bad guy. Now, because the Namekians are good in Universe 7, that doesn't mean they're good in Universe 6. These guys could be bad guys in Universe 6. It's possible. That's all I'm saying. It could be that the Namekians are good guys in Universe 6 too. I'm not saying that. I just thought I'd point that out. I absolutely love that, and I cannot wait to see that battle. That is probably the fight that I am most interested in right now. Is the battle between Piccolo and these two Namekians. Of course, Gohan's going to be there, but I'm really interested in seeing what these Namekians can do and what Piccolo can do. Are these guys super Namekians? That's another question that I have. Somehow I doubt it, but that would be really cool. An ability that they could do is one could be hurt, and they could actually absorb the one that's hurt, and that way, if they become a Super Namekian, and that way they can actually fight Piccolo even harder. That would be so cool. That's just a thought that I had. I cannot wait for that. Of course, next week we are going to get Vegeta versus Ribrianne most of the time, and apparently Kaba is going to be against Vegeta, which I also am interested. That's in next week's video. Let's forget about that for now. Let's move on to what the rest of the show is supposed to be. Let's move on to the rest of the main entertainment. Let's move on to Hit versus Jiren. Let's move on to the rest of the fight. So, after that, after Jiren almost gets knocked out of the tournament and is literally on the edge of the ring, Hit uses the time skip on him to freeze him in time. Now that is an ability I didn't know that Hit had, and that is just so cool. When I saw that, I actually thought Hit might have a chance here. But then Jiren started moving, and as soon as Jiren started moving rather very slow, I knew from that moment that there's no way Hit was going to win this fight. But nonetheless, Hit makes a ki blast in his hand, almost like a purple Rasengan or a purple Kamehameha to me for some reason. But anyway, he makes this purple little ball of energy in his hand, and this is his last attack. This is all of his energy. This is everything he's got. This is his very last chance to get Jiren out of the ring. his very, very last chance. And I believe that he knew that he probably wasn't going to be able to do it. And from the moment that he started speaking to Kaba and the rest of them, I think it was all pretty much settled in all of our hearts that Hit was definitely going to be out in this episode. It settled in my heart, that's for sure. What happens is he's powering up that ball to hit Jiren. Hit Jiren. That's just funny. I'm sorry, I had to point that out. But anyway, he's powering up that attack to hit Jiren with it when Kaba, Kale, and Khalifa come by, and they're really worried about Hit. And Hit just says, he says a fantastic speech. He says they all have a role to play. He says something about them having a role to play to battle in the Tournament of Power for Universe 6. I just absolutely loved the speech that he did. I don't know it word for word. I'm probably going to have to go back and watch it word for word. But anyway, he tries the attack on Hit. Hit tries the attack on Jiren, but Jiren, using his, I don't know what it is, it's something to do with his eyes, but he's able to make a force field. He makes the force field, gets out of the time skip at the very last second, the blast doesn't work, and Jiren knocks out Hit. Just like that, that is the end of Hit. Wow. And what comes after that is probably my favorite scene of the episode. So, you know what? With all of this fighting and all of these techniques and everything, the God of Destructions from all the universes are really, like, realizing that these people really are strong, and they're humbled by that. And, like I swear, Beerus was like that with Master Roshi. He was even like that with Tien-Shan. He was worried that Goku was killed a couple weeks ago. Well, last week, I mean. And now it's Champa's turn. Champa so hardly wants to be mad at Hit. But instead, he just congratulates him on a job well done. That was amazing to see to me, and I just really, again, the storytelling is pristine in this arc. It is beautiful. I love that. Right after that, the most surprising thing that has ever happened in the Tournament of Power to me could have happened. So Jiren just sits down and starts meditating. He says there's no one else as powerful as he is, no one else that could take him on, so he sits back and meditates. Okay. You know, I understand why they did this. I know a lot of people might not like this, but look, the creators have kind of written them into a hole, you know? Now with Hit being so powerful, if they don't do something, Hit's just going to knock people out left and right next episode. So, to make sure that doesn't happen, Hit needs to be occupied, and Jiren needs to be occupied, and Hit's out of the ring. So, it makes perfect sense that they just say, you know what, let's put Jiren on the back burner. So what he does is he makes a force field, and he meditates. There's even these guys from the robot universe that tries to take him on, and they're not powerful or worthy enough, as Topo says, they're not worthy enough to battle Jiren. Alright. Let's move on. I'm alright with it. I know a lot of people might not be, but I think they had to do that because Jiren is just way too overpowered at this point. You know what I mean? They've written themselves into kind of a hole there, and this is the only way they could write themselves out of it. Other than making Jiren jump out of the ring himself. You know what I mean? So, that happened, and if that wasn't enough, 24 minutes have passed in the tournament power. This tournament is supposed to be 48 minutes. This is the halfway point, and the halfway point changes the color. The sky used to be like black and purple like night, and now it's like an eerie green. Like, I guess the black and purple would be day and now it's night. The eerie green. I don't know. Somehow I think that will make the tournament power harder. I'm not 100% certain, but it looks eerie. It looks dangerous. It looks terrifying. I cannot wait till next week's episode, guys. I really can't. Thank you guys for watching. I absolutely loved this episode. Let me know down in the comments down below if you did, and if Jiren sitting down and meditating like that surprised you as much as it surprised me. Alright. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Bye.